Okay. Go get my hair down. Are you finished? You finished your meeting? Okay.
I move that the minutes be approved.
I'm trying to, do something. Hold on just one moment. Okay, I'm back. It has been motioned by, Commissioner Boyd, to, approve the, minutes of June 24. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been seconded by, Commissioner Holly. Let me do this over. It's been moved by Commissioner Boyd, seconded by Commissioner Holly to approve the minutes of June 24. Are there any, objections, any comments? There being none, all those in favor of the motion, please do so by saying aye.
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 All opposed say no. The ayes have it, the motion is approved. Let's go to the minutes of, is it July?
Yes, July.
July minutes, 24. Okay, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of, July 24.
I so move.
Second.
It's been properly moved by, Commissioner Boyd, second by Commissioner Holly, to approve the minutes of July 24. Are there any objections? Any objections? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Ayes have it, the motion is approved. Okay, let's go to the director's report. Director, Lacy, before you go to the report, where is the, meeting this afternoon? Is it in City Hall or is it over in the police, conference room?
It's at the police department's conference room.
Okay, all right, thanks. Go ahead.
And that building is when you, the police, right across from City Hall.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's on the first floor, so when you walk in, it's over to the left. So we didn't have any right to sue letters issued in the month of July. We had 2 housing cases that settled and 1 employment case that settled in mediation in July. The housing cases are companion cases filed by unmarried partners. So when we have two people who live in the same place and they're not married, they would file two different complaints. It involved allegations of disability discrimination involving a failure to accommodate. The parties had an assistance animal, and the landlord was wanting to charge them a pet fee for the animal. The case settled for an agreement with the parties for the landlord to grant the accommodation that was being requested, and then the landlord is also going to put posters in common areas as relief in the public interest. There was an employment case that settled. It involved allegations of race discrimination. That one settled for monetary damages in the amount of $6,150 and relief in the public interest. The employer is going to undergo anti-discrimination training. The saga with the FOIA, I haven't received an update from the Public Information Board regarding the FOIA, but we also still have not received the compensation information for the other directors and assistant directors from the city. So we're still waiting on that. Continuing to monitor COVID-19 rates and the impact on the office. So I don't know if you all have seen, but the rates are spiking again, kind of across the world. So we're still monitoring that.
I'm just recovering.
Oh, no, I'm sorry to hear that.
Did you have it?
So we had another meeting with city staff and the contractors to review the office update options. And so I think we have kind of the designs finalized, and they're thinking that they might be able to get the furniture ordered and maybe have it completed by October, November. Ask them not to do it around September because that's end of the year for EEOC, and so we might be a bit busy. So they are working on getting those finalized, and we have a meeting this Friday to talk more about the furniture options. Furniture that we did have in the lobby, the chairs, they were removed due to the emergency situation that occurred last month. The maintenance staff didn't think that they were salvageable, so we just took those from out there and put the chairs from the conference room out there for now. With the upcoming training that we're doing in September, I am working with Kelly from DOJ on figuring out a time for her to put the commissioner training into one of those open time slots. We're thinking perhaps over the lunch session, she might be able to do like some of those trainings, or we can select the time maybe after one of the days when the session ends, to kind of filter that in. We're going to have a meeting this week to talk more about it, but she was thinking that that might be more convenient for everybody so that you all didn't have to take another day to try to figure out a time to meet with her, and then she wouldn't have to come here a separate time to try to set up that meeting as well. And then maybe if you're open to it, we can invite other commissioners from other agencies to participate as well, since they might be here for the event anyway. And so then that would give her greater opportunity to kind of spread the message, and then also give you all an opportunity to kind of talk with other commissioners as well and see what's going on throughout the state. I keep hearing, did we lose someone? I keep hearing the thing click on and off. Okay, I guess everybody's here.
Yes.
So do we think that that would work for you all if it maybe extended the day, or if she did it during the lunch session for the event? I think it's scheduled for 90 minutes.
Is this the 25, 26 training?
24th and 25th.
24, 25 training.
Mhm.
And the training is 90 minutes?
No, so it's oh, you mean her training?
Yeah.
I think she's going to tailor it to the time period that she has to go over the information.
Would lunchtime be acceptable? To,
She's thinking that it would for the information that she wants to convey, because I mean, we do have the 2 lunch sessions that she could, and if it's where she wants to split it out over those 2 days. But she's also wondering, does the commission feel like that's enough time? Like, do you think that you all would have a lot of questions to ask her about, kind of,
yes. Yes.
you think that is enough time?
But I think we should have enough time to ask her questions that we'll have. What do the others think?
What's the time of these?
It's 8 to 5 both days, but on the 24th we're having a presentation in the afternoon. So there's going to be an afternoon session from 6 to 7:30, and it's going to be a live band performing. And then it's going to be kind of not a social hour per se, but it's going to be kind of a more fun thing where there's going to be a presentation on the history of civil rights and protest music. There's going to be a live band there.
I'm going to agree with whatever everybody else want to do. So that's my opinion. So.
And I'm thinking the same thing.
She asked me to ask you all about it, and then we're going to have a conversation later this week about it. So I can email you all additional information after she and I talk. But she just wanted to know if you all thought that was feasible, or if you wanted to do it as a standalone.
So
Training
basically,
session.
you're talking that the lunch periods for both days would be, what do you say, about 90 minutes each?
Yeah.
So you're talking about 3 hours of training.
Mm-hmm. If you
For
needed
both.
that, yeah.
If needed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure if I'm going to be in town those days. I have to check. So I'm just kind of refraining from having input.
Okay, let's do it. I mean, if she's gonna be in town, let's go ahead and do it. I mean, we're not gonna probably be able to get everybody anyway, so let's let those people that's gonna be here take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be a working lunch.
Yeah, especially if Frank, he can buy it since he's not gonna be here.
Oh, great.
So it's 8 to 5 both days, but there's a lunch period of training? Is that what
Yeah,
I
we can. So
understand?
there's going to be food provided, and it's going to be served there at the event. And so during the lunch session, she was thinking that you all could either go into one of the breakout rooms, or she could do the training at, during, like, in the larger room during the lunch session. So it'll be kind of like how the event was that we had in 2022, how that was structured, where we were using that larger room, then we had the 2 breakout rooms.
Okay.
And what was the date on this?
September 24th and 25th. Did you all not get the agenda sent from Steph?
I probably did. I don't want to say I didn't, so
I could resend that out to everybody. Let me-
Yeah, she sent it. She sent it out.
What date did she send it?
I don't know. I have to go back and look for it. Probably few weeks ago. I'll go back and look and see.
I'll look her up and see.
We just asked her to resend it to all of us.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she sent it to everybody.
Okay. So do we want to tentatively say yes, and then once I get additional information from Kelly, I'll email you all?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what we can do is if there are people who can't be there in person, we might be able to set it up to where you could be there virtually.
Right.
If you wanted to participate via Zoom, if that was an option.
Mm,
I could
okay,
do that.
yeah, that would be good.
Mhm.
I just know that there was, there's always, apprehension when they do the trainings from the government entities for like recording that, because they want to make sure that there's like live participation and stuff. So I don't know that it would be able to be recorded, but but probably Zoom is fine. Okay.
Director Lacy,
Uh-huh.
are you requesting that we attend this 2-day conference on the 24th and the 25th?
Yes.
And time is from 8 to what?
It's 8 to 5 both days, but the 24th there's an afternoon session. It's really just kind of like a more social thing.
Okay.
So there's going to be a live jazz band there performing.
Okay.
And you gotta go online and register to attend.
Yes.
There's a registration link, so you gotta sign up for it.
Yes. And our commissioners are not paying the fee, so the fee is going to be covered by the office because it's just for the food. So don't worry about the payment portion. It would just be the initial registration part that you would be working on.
Frank said he's gonna cover all that, so.
I got it covered.
Thank you, Commissioner Holly, for covering that.
Don't worry about the food or the fees. It's all.
Hey, this is being recorded.
Mhm.
So we had a meeting with Mayor Mattson, interim city administrator Merritt. I forgot to include Alderman at Large Newton, Jim O'Dean, who's the interim finance director, and Basha Gerlach, who's the controller for the city, regarding the ongoing issue with the fiscal year 2024 budget correction. I don't know that we left the meeting with much resolution. And Commissioner Gusser, Holly, or Chauncey, if you have different insight, feel free to jump in. But we did send over some follow-up information and some requests from the commission regarding policies and procedures that we would like to see going forward, and kind of improved communication, better relationship, and information sharing. We have not heard anything back regarding that meeting. So I guess we will send a follow-up, or maybe we can ask about it during the meeting later this afternoon. So we worked on finalizing our closures for HUD cases for July, making sure that all of it was reconciled and everything was in the system properly. So we got that done. And then I guess there's the old business that's still kind of hanging out there. And then there's the meeting today with the council and the commission. We received an agenda yesterday from city staff that indicates that we're going to be given a presentation regarding the commission to the council. So What we envision is just kind of giving maybe a brief overview of kind of our office and what we do, because I think some of the new council members may not be terribly familiar with what it is that we do exactly. And then maybe give kind of an overview of some of the concerns that the commission has had leading up to this point and opening the door for increased communication between the council and the commission. Is there anything else that anyone would like to see included in that conversation?
I would kind of suggest we think about the amount of authority that we have, because I know in a lot of cases our authority has been usurped by the city, and so maybe that's a discussion we might want to have. I'm not sure, but is it something we want to bring up? Is our
Is it for Shirley?
our commission and our authority and our autonomy to make decisions, where does that begin and where does it end? It's something that I've been kind of thinking about based on what's been ongoing with Director Lacy and the work that you guys are doing, and how it's not being recognized and not being addressed and not being executed in some cases. So do we want to have that discussion along with the others?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, so add that on there with the kind of interference with the commission's work.
Right.
Okay. Anything else? No?
That's a start, and because one thing about it, you guys can, I don't have about an hour to spend at this meeting this afternoon with the city council and stuff, because I got another meeting at 6 o'clock, and I got another meeting in between that I need to get some things taken care of and stuff, and so I don't want to get bogged down in that with them today and stuff. So, but I think that's enough.
Okay.
Alrighty. That's
Unless there's something very, very, very important, something else that's very, very important that we need to get to them and stuff. But I think we got enough on that, though, really.
okay. Okay. All right. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this last month we've had 3 new employment cases and 4 new housing cases, 1 new public accommodations case. Then we had 1 employment case closed and 2 housing cases that closed in the month of July. And that's all I have.
Anyone have any questions for Director Lacy as it relates to her report? Any questions? Okay. Thank you, Director Lacy. Okay, new business, the Davenport Civil Rights,
Sorry.
and the Davenport, Public Library MOU. What do we have on it?
The Davenport Library asked that we sign an MOU. It's a non-legally binding document. They really just want us to have a document in place to kind of go over what our shared duties are for the events that we have going forward. We've been working with the library for a few years now on various events. They have been a really good partner in really kind of doing a lot of the legwork and sending out information, including events in their newsletter, giving us a location to have events, kind of working with us as a great partner for various events throughout the year. So I didn't see any issue with the MOU, and I think we should sign it, but it's really just kind of what our shared responsibilities are going to be going forward for our partnerships.
That's good. That's just always to do that. And I've been impressed by their at what they have been doing with some things. They're even going to show me how to have a book shown there.
Oh, congratulations.
Good, yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm. That's good.
Okay. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't go ahead and enter into that contract. Let's make it happen.
It looks good, yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Do I have a vote to approve me signing it?
Okay. Let's Commissioner Transit, would you do a roll call, please? We want to, and this will be for the approval of Director Lacy to enter into a contract with the Davenport Public Library into the. Let me restate this. It would be to approve the Davenport Civil Rights Commission and to the Davenport Civil Rights Commission and the Davenport Public Library to enter into this contract and allow Director Lacy to sign it. And all those in favor of that would do so now, and you may call the roll.
Okay, Commissioner Boyd,
Yes.
Commissioner Guster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holly. Are you on mute?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. Commissioner Upchurch Taylor
Yes.
and Commissioner Transu, yes. We have 5 yeses.
He was eating. That's what he was doing.
I was actually thinking about eating. I need some food right now.
Commissioner, Holly, we know what you were doing, so I mean, hey.
Oh, God.
Okay, next on the agenda is, we did get approval for that. Next on the agenda is, E-018-009-21. What do we have, Director Lacy?
So this case involved allegations of race and disability discrimination in employment. The complainant was terminated following trying to figure out how to, there was an incident where the complainant had left the employer's, maybe the, trying to find a way to explain it without saying something that could disclose who the employer is. Their building, and their normal process is if you leave the property, you have to clock in and out. The complainant had forgotten her badge, and so she wasn't able to clock in and out. And she instead just notified her supervisor that she had left and that she didn't have her badge. And when she came back, she notified her supervisor that she had returned. So the supervisor knew that she had left and returned. And despite notifying the supervisor of that, the complainant ended up being terminated for falsifying her time card. we issued and then as a part of that termination, there was also information that white employees had done the same thing and they had not been terminated. And after the complainant complained about that during her termination meeting, the employer conducted an investigation a few weeks later, and then they terminated those employees. It turned out that those employees went through kind of a different process than what the complainant went through. They had an actual investigation into the allegations against them. They were allowed to continue working while the investigation went on. And then after it was determined that they had violated the same policy, they were allowed to take their belongings and clean out their desk, whereas the complainant was not allowed to do it, and she was escorted off of the premises. And then there was also an incident prior to this incident where the complainant was asked to wear a mask in the workplace, and she had received an accommodation to be able to remove the mask intermittently if no one else was around. And she had been accosted by an employee who was a manager but who did not work in her department and yelled at regarding this accommodation. And this person, in front of coworkers and members of the public, demanded to know what her disability was that allowed her to remove the mask, and wanted to see the doctor's statement that allowed her to intermittently remove her mask. Through the investigation, we learned that there were issues with having medical information in the normal employment file, which is a violation of the ADA. And then there were also concerns with ADA confidentiality violations. So the ADA has a provision similar to kind of the HIPAA privacy requirements. So if someone has a disability, is kind of on a need-to-know basis, and it is not supposed to be disclosed to other coworkers or even other managers who have no decision-making responsibilities within the person's chain of command. And it was disclosed to this person, I guess, because they wanted to know. So there were various violations under the ADA that were also identified through the investigation of this complaint. So there was the failure to accommodate the confidentiality provisions, and then there was the medical records being in with the regular employment file. So we issued a probable cause decision. The parties went through conciliation. The case did not resolve in conciliation. So now it is before the commission to decide whether or not to take it to public hearing. I would recommend that the commission not take it to public hearing, just because we do not have the capacity to take it to public hearing. We currently have 5 cases pending public hearing, and then we have another case that's also in litigation right now.
So what options do we have?
That if it does not go to public hearing, EEOC might still pick up the complaint and take it through an enforcement action, or the complainant can get a right to sue and then pursue the action in court on her own.
Okay. Any other questions for Dr. Lacy pertaining to this case before we call a vote? Director Lacy is recommending that we not take this to a case. And therefore, it is my recommendation that we will not, take the case as well. And so, Director Transu, would you call the roll? And we would give our answer as we see fit here.
Okay. Commissioner Boyd,
I recommend that we not take the case.
Yes.
So do I say yes or no with that?
No.
okay.
I do not want,
Did you say no?
Okay.
yeah, I don't want to take,
Okay. And then Commissioner Guster,
No.
Commissioner Holly,
No, I recommend that we do not take the case to public hearing, however, that we give the options to the complainant as to what the other options are for them to pursue.
okay, Commissioner Upchurch Taylor,
No.
and Commissioner Transu, no. We have 5 no's.
Okay. There it is. Okay, so we will not be taking this to public hearing. All right, thank you very much. Okay, we're down to old business. We don't have anybody from the public or on the call, so there's nothing there. Do anybody else have anything before we proceed to close?
I got a question. The bench for,
I'm sorry, I'm not taking it anymore.
you ain't closed yet.
You missed the cutoff by 4 seconds.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead, Commissioner Holly, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got, hey, what's the status of the bench with, for Brenda Drew, our former director? Commissioner Reyes was looking into, something in the courthouse. Did she follow up with that, or did we just, decide not to do that?
I don't know what the status is because I hadn't talked to Commissioner Reyes. We need to just follow up with her as if Director Lacy, if you could get Stephanie to follow up with her to see where she's at, that would be great.
Okay.
Anything else, Commissioner Holly?
Thank you, Chairman Guster.
Okay. Any other comments or questions?
4 o'clock today, we'll be meeting over at the police building. And we'll discuss, we'll have the agenda there, I guess.
This afternoon, here's what I intend to do. I may make a statement or two before, once we get in there, and I'm gonna turn it over to Director Lacy for her to do the entire brief, and we can make comments as we may see necessary. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
As we go forth, and in a situation, when we meet with the mayor or anybody else, or the city administrator or anybody else, Director Lacy is going to that meeting. She's going to be the point guard for her office, and we will be there for a pillar of support. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry I cannot go to that meeting today. I've got work, but
Okay. All right. No problem.
I'm sorry about that. It just didn't work with my schedule.
Well, yeah, that's okay. I mean, I didn't expect everybody was going to be there anyway and stuff. So those of us that can, we will be present there, and
Good.
But that's what we expect, Commissioner Boyd. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, folks. We'll see you then at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And there being no more business, I will entertain a motion to close.
I so move.
Second.
It's been properly moved by, Commissioner Boyd, second by, Commissioner Holly to adjourn. Are there any questions to the motion? There are no questions to the motion. All those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say no. The ayes have it. We are officially closed. This meeting is over.